Today we're gonna see why the gas heater won't keep the flame on. You turn on the device and it won't keep the flame, so it actually turns off. So let's see what happens. You turn it on, it starts spinning the fan, then it tries to with the spark. After a couple of seconds it goes in error. So what you can do here is to reset the thread again, or check your gas valve if it's open or closed, and check the electrical connections if they're okay. Perhaps you can try with the thermostat if it's on or off. It does this click. Here we have the sensor which stops for overheating, and here we have for the fan. So when it's hot it turns on the fan. You can try this one because it's important. In my case it was a different story. So what I had, it was a problem with the sensor itself. I mean, not the sensor itself, because the sensor, it's pretty straightforward. It's some metal rod. So here is the sensor. You have this part which senses the flame, and here we have the spark. Alright, so check the connections and the earth which actually connects here. So important that it is connected to the frame. It's located right here. Also I had another issue. The stove, this gas heater keeps giving shocks to the metal frame. So I taped the metal parts, and now all the sparks goes to the metal rod. So here we have our ignition controller. That's my kind. And here, as you can see, here we have the sensor, the ground, also the ground, and the spark. So in my case, the spark was present, but the sensor, I thought about the sensor. Here's how you can check if the sensor is working. So basically you disconnect the ion sensor here from what's written on your label, and take the multimeter and put it in the microampere. Make sure that you connected the probes on the right side. In my case it was here. Okay, in series, so one goes here and the other goes to the controller. Then you turn on and check the values. The values must stay above 10 microamperes. If it's lower, the controller won't recognize that there is actually a flame. So check this thing first. In my case the value was about 7 or 5, so it's actually pretty small. So definitely there was a problem with the controller itself. Once you have your controller out, please extract the motherboard. So don't mind if there is some components out of their exact position. Here is our sensor. By following the paths on the PCB, here's the PCB, or you can check, it's a single layer, so it's very simple. You will actually end in this other board. The other board has some connections here and the others here. So in my case, and actually if you have this type of board, the sensor is going right here in the 4th pin. after the resistors, we have these transistors, which actually are BJT, PNP. So 3 pins. I extract one of these and check them, and it actually was the faulty one. It was mounted right here. How did I check it? So you can check it with your tester in the continuous mode and place the probes between the first and the second, and the second and the third, just to see if there is values. The value must be around 0.5 or 0.8, circular, something like this. In my case, it was 0, so it's completely broken. Otherwise, here you might have already this controller to test the parts. So you just put it inside and press the button, and how you can see here we have that it's a damaged part. Alright, so after understanding that here is the problem of our heater, I decided then to replace it with a similar one. Here it is actually written C32725. I replace it with the 32740, so which has a major gain. Alright, and I place it right here on the other side. It doesn't matter. The polarity is actually important, so please make sure that the pins are in the right position. Then I close it and test it. Turn on it. Here we have a window to see what is happening. So it delivers the shock. And how you can see, the flame continues. Just a little thing to keep in mind: if you hear that the spark keeps going, it's because it has a detection problem. So it continues giving a spark, but it doesn't sense that there is a flame. So after a couple of seconds, in my case 5, it will turn off everything. So this also might be a sign of a bad detection. So here it is.